Hello everyone. In this session, we will discuss about types of operating systems. Types of operating systems. Okay. So there are different types of operating systems. One is single user operating system, batch operating system, and multi-programming operating system. Under this multi-programming operating system, multitasking, multi-user, and time-sharing and real-time systems, and distributed operating systems and network operating system and multi-threading operating system. So these are the different types of operating systems. So let us learn each and every operating system. Okay. So in single user operating system, in the name itself it is called single user. Only one operating system. So this allows this allows only one user. This allows only one user. This is most important. This allows only one user to share system resources including CPU, it only share these resources only. These are mainly the operating system configured for the use of desktop, personal computers and laptops. These are mainly the operating system configured for the use of desktop, personal and personal computers. All of you know that we are using daily, every day we are using that as desktop computers or personal computers or laptop computers. Daily we are using, right? So that is what desktop computer or personal computer on laptops. So this is OS will be configured in these systems. Okay. So DOS, disk operating system, and Windows 95, 98, Apple Macintosh, etc. These are the example. Okay, now these are the operating system we can include in this. And also nowadays we can install Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10 as well. Okay, such systems. However, all other except DOS has ability to call context switches, allowing it to operate multiple program Windows applications. So this is about single operating system. So next, batch operating system. So batch operating system usually allow little or no interaction between users and execution programs. So users and execution programs there is no interaction. It requires programs, data and necessary commands, job control language to be submitted in the form of job. In the form of job commands to be submitted in the form of job. In the form of job, it will be submitted. It has better potential for resource utilization and compared to simple serial systems serving multiple users. This is well suited for applications with large computation time and no user interaction in this batch operation. Batch wise, the data will be executed. So these are the examples. So user need not wait during its execution. Automatically it executes on its own. Batch operating system will function in FIFO. First in first out. First in first out means whichever the instruction will come first, that it will be executed first. That is first in first out. So main disadvantages of batch operating system are non-interactive mode. So we cannot interact it. So there is non-interactive mode. Automatically it executes instruction without user intervention. So that is the biggest disadvantage in batch operating system. Okay, and also offline debugging. This is also a disadvantage. So these are the various batch operating systems used in IBM systems like OS 360, System 360 is an example for batch processing systems. Okay. Next, multi-programming operating systems. Multi-programming is a capability of a CPU to execute two or more programs concurrently. This is enough. This explanation is enough. So we can write this extension as well. This capability is accomplished through the operating system. Essentially, two or more programs are stored concurrently in primary storage. Concurrently means what? Continuously, simultaneously. The same time we can execute two or more programs. That has a capability, multi-programming. Multiple programs can be executed at the same time. So that's the explanation. You can write this explanation is enough. Okay. And multitasking operating system distinguished by its ability to support concurrent execution, simultaneous execution of two or more processes. So two different processes, two or more processes, concurrent execution it will be supported. So one process after execution, second process it will execute or not. Simultaneously both processes is running or not. That is all will be taken care of by this multitasking operating system. So generally a process or task is an instance of a program in execution. Okay, now multitasking is usually implemented by code and data of several programs in memory simultaneously and multiplexing. So this is multitasking operating system. Multi-user, in this only it has a meaning. Multi-user, multiple users are accessing an operating system. Multitasking with the sophistication, memory protection and enforcement of concurrency control among processes which try to access shared resources such as input-output devices and files are called multi-programming operating system. Generally multi-programming operating system is like this. Okay, so multi-user means since it supports multiple users, it is also known as multi-user operating system. We can say it as multi-user operating system. So multi-programming operating system is also known as multi-user operating system. Okay. So next, time sharing systems. Time sharing system is a popular representative of multi-programming and multi-user systems. Both multi-programming and multi-user proper representation it will be given. So such system is called time sharing systems. Large CAD and text processing system belongs to this category. So CAD means what? Computer aided design. In such manufacturing units, we require this time sharing systems. Text processing systems belongs to this category. Okay, it's enough. Unix and its flavors. Windows Server the best example for multi-programming and multi-user and time sharing system. These are the best examples. Windows, Unix, Linux operating systems. Okay, Windows Server also time sharing operating systems. Okay. Again, real-time systems. Real-time systems are used in environments where a large number of events, most external to the computer system, external to the outside of the computer system, this will be very helpful. Must be accepted and processed in a very short time, very lesser time. So large number of events can be executed with certain deadlines as well. Such applications include industrial control, telephone and switching equipment, flight control. Suppose one flight is moving one direction, the same direction the flight will not come. So the flight controlling systems. Okay, now real-time simulation, military applications. Some military applications, these systems are used. Okay. So LYNX OS, Windows CE are the examples for real-time operating systems. Okay. Next, distributed operating systems. Distributed operating system is collection of autonomous computers, like more than one computer. Autonomous computers. So one computer, another computer, like another computers, like autonomous, independently it will work. This independently it will work. This is also independently it will work. Capable of communication and cooperation via their software. Via their software only capability will be available. And hardware interconnections. And software, it is capable of communicating each other. Okay. That is distributed operating system. For example, if we have n system in a distributed environment, suppose n system 1 2 3 4 and so n systems are there, then the distributed operating system helps us in balancing the load of sharing process. So if it is taking larger load, it will take their load to by this system, it will be distributed to the system. Again, both are taking very large amount of load, again it will share these resources to this one, distributing the work to this system. So distribution, if it happens, work will be executed very smoothly. Okay, so that is the advantages of distributed operating system. So you can say automatic teller machine, ATM, automatic teller machine centers of bank are classic example for application of distributed operating system. See, How we can say distributing operating system? Suppose this is what one ATM in one city, Bangalore, Chennai, and Bombay. Okay, this is Gurgaon. So this is Noida. This is Anakapalli. So like different places, the same company operating system is there. So all of them are using at the same time, right? If it is taking longer time, it will give the load to this system, like another ATM machine. So both will take larger load. It is given to this load. So simultaneously, so this load will be taken from this and it will be executed. So this is a classic example for distributed operating system at ATM. Okay. So network operating system. Network operating system is a collection of software and associated protocols that allow a set of autonomous computers which are interconnected by a computer network. So previously I told you. So this is one this is one computer. Okay. This is another computer. Okay, like n number of computers are there. So collection of computer operating system is collection of software. One collection of software is there, and associated some protocols also there. Some rules and regulation that allow a set of autonomous computer. This one set of autonomous computer. Let us check. This autonomous computer set of associated protocols, some set of autonomous computer which are interconnected. This is interconnected, this is connected, this computer is connected to this computer, like interconnected. So such operating system is called as a network operating system. Okay. So Microsoft Windows NT technology, Unix and its flavors, Novel NetWare, Cisco IOS are some of its representation. Cisco WebEx, have you seen you can Google it, Cisco WebEx, you will get this network operating system. Okay. So multi-threaded operating system we are discussing now. A thread is a sequence of instructions within a program. Generally, a thread means what? A sequence of instructions. First instruction, second instruction, third instruction. This is a sequence of instructions. The sequence of instruction within a program is called one thread. This is one thread. Okay. A program or process may have many threads. Like this is one thread, this is another thread. Like many threads are there, which share the same code section. This code section it shares the same code section shares by this thread. Okay, and data section and other operating system resources. In other words, it provides many logical paths through the program to be executed simultaneously. So this is what multi-threaded, multiple threading operating systems are used in this. Sun Solaris, Windows 2000, multi-thread Unix and Linux are examples for such systems. So functional features of commonly used operating systems, generally command line user interface and graphical user interface. So we are moving into CUI and GUI differences, comparison of CUI and GUI. Okay, CUI means what? The user must type the commands at the command prompt. So let us take one example. I am taking one example. Okay, I am writing here CMD. Okay, here I am writing one command. This is one command. See, you can observe here. It is prompts a message, right? It's SQL plus. Correct? I am rerunning it. CMD. I am writing SQL plus. So we'll discuss. Okay, thank you. So the differences between the command user interface and graphical user interface. CUI means command user interface. Let me write here. CUI means command user interface. So GUI means graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. So the user must type the commands at the command prompt. So let me take this is what command prompt on command prompt. See, observe here. This is command prompt. User, I am a user. I am typing commands at the command prompt. This is a command prompt. I am typing on the command prompt to interact with the computer. Suppose I wanted to interact with the computer. I wanted to open SQL Plus. See, it is asking HR and password I am giving. See, I am interacting like this. Okay, so I am using CLR SCR, clearing the screen. So I am interacting with the computer with the commands. Okay, so that is what CUI, command user interface. So the user must remember the commands and their parameters. So compulsory, suppose I am writing one instruction. Okay, now let us take this instruction. Select star from EMP. I am writing star from EMP. See, it is displaying some content. If I remember this command, suppose I am issuing CLR SCR, it is clearing the screen. I remember the CL SCR command. So user must remember the commands and their parameters, and also parameters have there. So compulsory we should remember it. So mouse operation not available for DOS. So mouse operation not available. See, just we are giving the command, right? So not required any mouse operation. Okay, this is CUI. Okay, I am taking GUI. The user must click on icons. Suppose I am clicking on icon. See, I am clicking on icon here. It is coming this one. I'm clicking on this one. See, observe here. Clicking on icons, menus, dialog boxes, etc. So to interact with the computer, compulsory, in order to interact with the computer, compulsory you have to click on the icons. So see, I am taking one example. So here I am clicking on. It is opening. This window will open, right? Whenever if I click on, so one window will open. This is Edit Plus. Okay, the user must click on the icons. This is icons I have shown you, right? Menus and dialog boxes. So user need not remember any commands. In order to open that file, we need not remember it. Okay, just we clicking on that. So in the form of menus and icon monitor. So mouse operation required. Here mouse operation does not require. CUI and GUI. So and operating system. So there the disk operating system features we are discussing now. So disk operating system. So DOS means DOS, disk operating system, is a single user operating system. It was developed by Bill Gates and Paul Allen in 1980s for IBM PCs. IBM PCs both are developed DOS operating system. So what are the features of it? File management features. File management features to create, edit and delete the files. All of you know that, right? Create a file and delete a file and edit a file. So that features is enabled in this disk operating system. Directory management, I will show you. Do one thing, I will show you. Okay, file management system. So what I can say, so I am going into one here. This is what one directory. This is one directory. Test is the directory. Okay, so directory management, these are all directories. We are managing these all directories, correct? So what creation of a directory, suppose I wanted to create a new directory, like I am taking folder here, directory test 2 I am creating. So here directory is created. Under this directory file can be created. I am creating one file, so with the text editor. Okay, no? This is test file. This is file. This is file management. Okay, create and edit also. Edit means what? After opening I am writing hi everyone. This is what one file structure. This is what I created. I have written. You can edit also. Suppose I have saved it. Again I am moving. Again I am, you can again edit. Hi everyone, hi everybody, I am writing hi everybody. Okay now, this is edit operation. And also I can delete it. I can, if you don't want, I don't want any text in this, I can delete it. Okay, this will be allowing, right? That is what the feature, file management features and directory management features and memory management features, and also allocation and deallocation of a memory of a particular files, and command interpreters and commands and executes DOS functions, utility programs and apply. Utility programs means all of you know that. What do you mean by utility programs? Utility softwares. Utility softwares, antivirus softwares, these utility programs, this will be managed by this operating system. So execute programs, executing of the program, to load, execute user programs, retrieve error code, correct and rerun the programs, everything it will be possible. Utility programs such as copy, erase and directory also possible. Okay, this is the functional features of a disk operating system. Unix operating system. Unix was developed by Dennis Ritchie and Ken Thompson on December 1985 by Sun Microsystems. So hierarchical file organization, portability and multi-user and multitasking support facilities, kernel and shell programming will be there. Machine independent, it will be working independently among all machines. Excellent tools and tool building utilities. These are all various features of Unix operating system. So they may ask you, right, explain the features of Unix operating system. Write this explanation clearly. Okay. And Linux operating system was like a Unix operating system. Linux was initially developed by Finnish University. The student Linus Torvalds, and it is free download from this organization. You can download it, Linux OS, and facilitates kernel programming, which provides access to software and hardware, both software and hardware. It will provides open source development for operating systems, machine independent and multi-user and multitasking support, compatibility and portability. All it will be possible in this Linux operating system. And Solaris OS. Solaris OS operating system is a free Unix based operating. It works like a Unix operating system only. Introduced by Sun Microsystems in 1992 as a successor to Sun operating system. Advanced networking capability are there. Facilitates zoning security. Some zone-wise security available. User interface for interacting browsers and media players and office source. All of you know that internet and browsers like Google Chrome type of media players, like VLC media players, some type of media players, it will be enabled in this operating system. Office source like MS Office, like type of office source, it will be available in this Solaris operating system. Solaris operating system. Windows 7, it is very common use, everyone using Windows 7. Windows 7 is the most recent client version of Windows developed by Microsoft. Now present version is Windows 10. So I'm taking Windows 7 here as your syllabus. It includes Windows 7. Okay, Windows 8 as well. Windows 8 and Windows 10. Now presently we are using Windows 10. So it is a redesigned taskbar and multi-touch support. Better search facility. You can search very easily. Suppose I wanted to search here, it is very easily it will search. Suppose I wanted to search text document, we can able to search here, correct? So sharing and file folders among users, it is very convenient. Automatic defragmentation of disk, and that means we are separating the disk. This is very convenient. It is designed for 64-bit machines and support for 32-bit operations as well. Okay, with smaller RAM it will be managed. Bundled Internet Explorer version 8, it is given by the Microsoft, and some energy management by putting inactive device in sleeping mode. Inactive devices, if not used it, they kept it as in sleep mode. So better support for multimedia and support for wireless to facilitate mobility. Wireless, suppose wireless software, wireless devices I want to interact with this operating system, it will be very easy. Better security and support for multi-core process. That means multiple processes can be attached to this with the help of this operating system. Windows 7. So Windows 7 is 2012 touch user interface version of Microsoft Windows. Windows 2012 it is launched. Better interfaces are aimed at tablet computers and touch screen. The screen also enabled in this. Safety and security, online services and functionality also very possible, convenient. Windows Store applications And Windows Store application means Windows have some other applications that you can be downloaded from these stores. And a secure boot, which prevents usage of bootkits for loading multiple operating system bootkits loading is it prevents it. Okay, that's the biggest advantage of it and features. Mobile operating system monitor, all of you know that in each and every day we are using Android OSs. It is a Linux based platform. Generally Android OS will be working based on Linux based platform for mobile phones. Android was developed by Google and then Open Handset Alliance OHA, a coalition of hardware and software and telecommunications companies generally. And Android was released under the Apache V2 open source license. Open source license means anyone can use it. This operating system is used in mobile phones. Generally, we have seen in mobile phones. Okay, Symbian OS, it is an operating system for mobile phones as well. Used on Nokia advanced or data enabled smartphones. Some Nokia and advanced data enabled mobile phones, we have seen this operating system. The Symbian OS is designed for the specific requirements for 2G and 3G mobiles. So the 2G and 3G mobiles, particularly it was developed. Now presently we are running 5GB, right? 5G. So Windows Phone 8 is a mobile operating system developed by Microsoft and is a successor to its Windows Mobile platform. Although incompatible with it, Windows Phone 8 was Microsoft answer to the flourishing smartphone world. Smartphone phone, it is introduced Windows Phone 8. But is among all this, Android OS is successfully working. Okay, this is about the chapter. Okay, if you have any queries, please ask me. So I will give you a proper um, doubt clarification for you. Okay, thank you everyone. Please revise this all and write notes and take questions and practice it. Okay, thank you everyone.